Hi, we are now live. So, I am experimenting a little bit, and I am yet again having encoder issues on this current version of OBS. So I might end up rolling it back again to the previous version to see if that actually helps any. Which means setting up OBS up like third or fourth time this week. So that's fun. That's a problem for future me. Again, for some reason the previous version of OBS was always more stable, but like 31, despite it being like better in a lot of ways, has been giving me so many weird encoder issues. I don't understand what's happening there. But hi, hope everyone's doing okay. I'm having a weird ass day. I don't really want to get into it, but I'm okay. Enough to stream, hopefully. This is going to be very interesting, because we're playing a game that is got an interesting reputation, shall we say. It's not a bad reputation per se, but it's definitely interesting. Yeah, I dropped like 8 frames at the start of the stream, so I'm a little worried about that, like if it persists. But again, the House Near Door stream also dropped frames at the very beginning, and it got better, so it's like, if it just does that, like when starting up the stream, it's like, sure, whatever, I can live with that. The other problem is, I last time forgot to actually recheck the start stream at the same time option, so the VOD, I had to download the VOD instead of saving a local recording, so we'll see if actually that makes a difference as well. I might have Task Manager up as well. Maybe I should, like, keep an eye on things. I mean, like, GPU usage is high, but it makes sense, I'm encoding. Yeah, maybe I should just keep an eye on things for a little bit. I also should probably test separately recording and streaming, to see if that also is the difference, if it's just doing both. But now that the song's over, I will save that song for next break, and hop over to the game.
Sega.
So our next stop in this little retrospective of sorts for Sonic Riders is Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. I'm skipping that cutscene because it plays again, so if we're gonna have to sit through it, we might as well just sit through it one time. Hi Chibi, welcome on in. Thank you for the head pats, as always. I did make a file to quickly test some things, but I've done no story progress. This game is interesting. It has a unique reputation because it is a follow-up to a game that's notoriously difficult, but is actually significantly easier. So it'll be interesting to see how my opinion stacks up. Hello Mario, welcome on in. We're just getting started. I'm also not going to be saying a whole lot because we got a long-ass cutscene. Before beginning the game, you can practice some of the game's actions. Would you like to start the tutorial? The game actually prompts you for a tutorial this time. It doesn't make you dig through the extras menu, like the original, so that's nice. I'm doing okay-ish.
Made by the leading security company, Mediotech, are no longer responding to commands and are running amok all over the world. The International Security Organization, GUN, has begun to investigate the event. Mediotech has not yet issued a formal
Is this the
statement.
meteor that fell last night?
Yeah, the sound of the impact woke me from my sleep, and I found it outside. We'll be at Megalo Station shortly. What should we do, Sonic?
That elevator!
What's up with them?
Are they the ones from the news?
Watch out!
Brace yourself! Sonic!
What's going on? Is this the stone's power?
And for that, we should be immediately thrown into our first race. We gotta get first place. There's no third place this time. They're throwing you into the deep end of the pool. But ultimately, this game works very similarly on a fundamental level. I think that one forced us to get a decent start, so that's nice. Tricks have been greatly oversimplified, so you don't have to do actual directional inputs. We can't use special gimmicks until later. We can't actually use any of the character type gimmicks until we actually get enough rings to level up. So you have the little 3 level system like before, but we actually do have to level up the stats first. One thing you can actually do is this. So that's like, there's 2 different gravity moves, I forgot what they're called. One is for like drifting essentially, but it's very slow and makes drifting actually kind of annoying compared to the other game. The other one is like a gravity like charge move, like a boost, which is actually kind of interesting because contrary to what you might think intuitively, you actually are supposed to drive into things. So we are in second place, so we're off to a very good start. Immediately falling behind. But in this game, you actually just tap jump once to jump on a rail instead of tapping it twice, so I'm probably gonna screw this up a couple times. I'm so used to the Riders 1 method. There's also an item box up there. I have no clue how to get that. Upgrading the extreme gear does take rings, so we're back to 10 rings. But you can actually do this. It is inverted, thanks. Love it. I say very sarcastically, because I don't like inversion, to be honest. The air system has been swapped out, so it just means you can't do the gravity moves. It's not as, like, debilitating if you run out compared to in the first game. So in a lot of ways, this game does feel a little bit easier. Like, mechanically, they toned down a lot. Hi, Eden, welcome on in. Hope you doing okay. The other thing is you have the little spring there. There's like a specific item, I think, that allows you to run on foot. So you can't use springs unless you're actually on foot. It's really annoying. Just gotta work, hell yeah. Hope your workday was good. I don't even... Oh wait, that's how. There's actually both tilt controls and... not like D-pad, which is very confusing. Like, that throws me off so much because it's really weird. Like, I have to be very still, because if not, I will careen off course. It's really annoying. I wish you could turn off tilt, because you can just use the D-pad. It's super weird. This game has some choices to it, but I do generally feel more positively about this game than I think a lot of Sonic Riders fans. Which is to say, I actually do enjoy this game a fair amount. I do still prefer the original, but again, I think I'm more generous towards this game than a lot of the fan base. We have a mission mode still, I'm not going to worry about it again. Life's too short.
They don't give a guy a break, huh?
We can't just stand around here.
Right. Whoa!
Guess who?
Amy? What are you doing here?
Fated lovers are always drawn together, silly.
Amy?
Okay, you got me. I was running away from those robots. I was so scared.
Hey!
What's that? The cause of all my troubles. I picked it up and those stupid robots came after me. So that's it. Those things must be after this stone.
I guess that settles it then. The key to solving this mystery is Mediotech.
Hey, Sonic, we got company.
Okay, here we go!
So yeah, it follows a very similar format to the first Sonic Riders, where we will be switching characters every race, so now we're playing as Tails. Well, not every race, there are a couple where you play Sonic, I think, in a row. To be honest, because Riders 1 is the game I have more nostalgia for, I've gone back to it more times. I kinda don't remember this game very well. So I might be a little foggy on some of the details. The other problem is I just don't have as much knowledge of it. So even though it's fundamentally easier in some ways, I actually might botch it a little bit just because I don't know it as well. I'm pretty sure you can actually skip upgrades too, so like max speed is the first tier. If you actually get enough rings, I think you can actually skip you can do tier 2 first, which is nice to have the flexibility. In general, the skill floor is a lot lower, which also results in the skill ceiling being a lot lower. That's kind of the fighting game problem, not to be predictable on main. But it is kind of the problem of... Okay, cool, thanks game. I did not understand what it wanted me to do, but hey, good news, we're on lap 1, so we can easily recover from a misstep like that. This is the Wii version, to clarify, unlike the original, which was on everything, including a pretty rare PC version to my knowledge. This was only put out on PS2 and Wii in early 2008, not even kidding. It wasn't even on like PS3 or 360. This was like strictly kind of a last gen game, which is really weird. And it's actually something I miss a lot in gaming, is like bespoke releases for less powerful hardware. I genuinely miss that, because like, even within a game, you would often get different versions of a game that are radically different from each other. I'm sure I complained about it during the Spider-Man 2 Fox Girls Favorites playthrough, but a good example of that is Spider-Man Web of Shadows, which has like several different versions. There's HD, which is 360 and PS3, and also Wii, which is the same except it has motion controls, worse graphics, and I think it also has more costumes, which is interesting. I'll read that in a sec. Okay. So you're playing Zero Gravity, the only Sonic Riders you played? Oh, interesting. Again, I kind of like this game well enough. I do generally prefer the first game, I think. But hi, welcome on in. Ooh, this controls. I'm having to, again, use a very fine movement because I don't want to careen. Ooh, I'm holding it off-center. That's why I was having trouble steering, because it's like it was tilting slightly. Again, you can use the D-pad. I wish you could turn off the motion controls. Like, you can just steer it entirely through tilt, which is fine, but I wish you could just disable it if you wanted to just use D-pad. This also supports GameCube controller, but not classic controller. So for example, if you have a later Wii model that does not actually have GameCube support, you have to use motion controls. So that's fun. With a GameCube controller, I imagine this game wouldn't be that different from the PS2 version control-wise. Though, like, Unleashed is weird, where it's like on GameCube, it's like L and R to attack, while like on PS2 I think it's square and triangle. Like the SD version of Unleashed. It's bizarrely different, I think. But it was kind of more mapped to like swing the Wiimote and nunchuck, so I think that's why it's set up differently, like L and R control each hand.
Looks like we'll need to watch our step.
Huh.
Dang!
Look out! What? That's...
Ah!
It's been a while, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Jet?
Long time no see, Shorty. Wait.
We're here to settle the score from last time.
Anytime, Babylon Rose. Cut it out, Storm. All right, Kirby. Hand over the Ark of the Cosmos.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Not after swiping the Ark of the Cosmos right out of our hands.
Hey, hold up a minute. Girls hate guys who rush them, Jet.
Rush? Ha! I'm the fastest thing in the universe, and today I'm gonna prove it. Ha!
Sonic, we can't stay here.
Looks like we'll have to do the reunion later. See ya, Jet.
Hey, wait!
Again, this is the Wii version of the game. Again, it was only on PS2 and Wii, so this is interesting. Playing on Wii. I actually had the PS2 version growing up, so it's interesting trying to play the Wii version. It's not that different, to be fair. Again, being able to use the D-pad is nice. However, it is confusing. Again, I have to sit really straight. I have to really be... This is helping my posture while streaming, because I have to hold the controller extremely level, or else it'll start tilting. Like, I'll just drift slightly because I'm using motion controls. But again, like, power characters can't actually punch things until you actually upgrade, which is really confusing. Again, choices were made with this game in terms of the upgrade system. I know there's actually a mod for the game that like rebalances a bunch of stuff, and I think they actually changed it so like traits are actually built to the character versus like a separate thing, so that'd be nice. But I like to do vanilla playthroughs of games, even if it's like, you know, arguments can be made like, oh well, you know, you'd have a much better time if you're playing this modded version of the game. But I generally like playing games straight, essentially. There's very few things I like doing straight, and that is apparently one of them. Wow, that was bad. That sucked. I got stuck on a wall. So yeah, basically my overall feeling on Sonic Riders Zero Gravity so far is it's fine. Track layouts feel kind of less multi-tiered compared to the original, I think. For example, in the original, you have a lot more like varying routes, like upper and lower paths and things of that nature. This feels very straightforward, I guess. Not that that's a bad thing necessarily, but just it feels a little bit less like Sonic-y in that way, because Sonic is sort of prided on its like level design being very built for like verticality and multiple routes. Wow, the levels in this game feel very, like, flat, I guess. Like, there is this upper path here, so it's not all flat, but in general. And yeah, it is also a little bit counterintuitive having to actually run into things to go faster, I think. Now we are catching up the wave though, so that's good. I think that's wave at least, yep. It's just wave. The other characters aren't here, which is weird. Huh. I actually think we should have gone the lower path. I think that's the one that's better for Knuckles, but actually doing tricks to end up on the tier you want is a little bit harder in this game because there's less, like, input into actually doing tricks. But yeah, we are consistently lagging behind, which isn't a great feeling, given we're only, like, halfway through here. It's fine. We should be able to gain ground in the home stretch here, and also we have this little shortcut that will help us gain time back. Meanwhile, the only Riders game I haven't finished yet, or played at all, is like Pre-Riders, because Connect. The other thing with Connect support is, again, I talked about this, but if I actually do Pre-Riders, which I'm almost tempted to try, it'll be modded because I literally don't have room for like a connecting game. I see, welcome on in. I'm also just monitoring OBS on the side because I was having issues at the start of the stream, but it seems okay at the moment. Alright, that should be halfway through the hero story, believe it or not. Again, these games aren't very long story-wise.
You can use that power too? Pretty handy, really.
Engage EM algorithm. Maximum value. Access mother computer. Mother computer access denied.
Why? What's this racket, and now of all times? Huh?
What went flying just now?
Do I look like a ball to you?
Eggman, what are you doing here?
What do you mean? I own this company!
What? So you're the ringleader behind this one too, Eggman?
Ringleader? What the devil are you babbling about?
Come on, cut the act. I'm talking about the global robot rampage.
You must be joking. That's been quite a headache for me as well.
Like we'll believe anything you say.
Calm down! We go way back, don't we? I'll let you in on something. Not even I know why they've gone amok, but they appear to be following a leader.
A leader? Well, I guess for now we'll buy that Eggman isn't involved.
So maybe that has nothing to do with the robots that attacked us.
Where did you get that?
So you were holding out on us, Eggman?
Spill everything you know,
Now! Very well, I'll tell you. All robot activity within my facility is normally controlled by the mother computer. As the core of the Meteotech network, it was supposed to be the perfect computer. But as of a few days ago, I've been unable to control it remotely. The power unit within the mother computer is a stone identical to the one you're holding. According to my analysis, that stone can convert huge amounts of mass energy into other forms of energy and exudes a unique magnetic field.
huh?
Shut up and listen. In any case, it appears that somehow the robot's leader also contains a stone with similar powers to the one in the mother computer.
What?
If my deductions are correct, the robot's leader is using the world's robots in an attempt to collect these strange stones from around the globe.
But why do they need the stones?
That even I don't know.
they're drawn to one another.
What?
These aren't just some rocks. They're spoken of in Babylon clan legend as... Ah! That's right! Girl! Give me back the Ark of the Cosmos!
Amy's gone.
Storm's not here either.
Sounds like we've got a fix on the robot leader's location. Satellite monitor on!
Amy!
And Amy is potentially in danger. Reach the goal within 3 minutes 24 seconds. That is so specific.
I'll do my best.
That is such a specific time. This one's actually kind of unique because it's not really based on position, it's based on time. So like, it's a very casual race. This game does have more variety in some ways, which is kind of nice. Oh yeah, I need to actually not hold the Wii Remote at like all angled like I normally would. Normally I definitely don't have the best posture with things, so I actually need to think about that. Wow, we are already at level 2. That is a good sign. I do find fascinating how much of a vibe change this game is compared to the first game. It has a very different feel to it than the original. I think for that upper path you do have to like, you know, use the gravity to boost up to the upper level, but I always forget to do it. Alright, there we go. But the whole energy of this game does feel very different, and also writers in general. I remember some speculation because the city in Forces kind of looks like the city from Zero Gravity from the opening cutscene. I don't know if there's any link, because Sonic lore is, let's be real, kind of a mess right now. But it's interesting to think about. I'm also completely zoning out on the time limit, which is the smartest thing to do. Clearly, I should definitely actually be thinking about how fast I'm going, but I'm not, so oops. Clearly, I make good decisions. I think the story mode is actually longer in this game. I think it's like 6 races for Heroes and like 7 for Babylon, now that I think about it, because I remember another track. Now that I'm thinking about it, I think there's one after this. And then the final race for Heroes. And then Babylon should have 7 as a result. The gameplay is more chill, but the actual plot is more serious. Yeah, it's very weird. I don't understand it. And then the Free Riders is very chill. 6, 7, 7, 5, 6. So yeah, it should still not be that long of a playthrough. Again, we're getting through this really easily. But I hope everyone's having an alright day today. Again, I'm feeling okay at the moment. Hello Esper, welcome on in. We're just kind of vibing with this game. Again, my sort of hope is for Wednesday, or in some cases Thursday, potentially, to be kind of like a vibe day. Oops, too late. And then have Monday, Friday be the main playthroughs. So we'll continue Thousand Year Door, hopefully on Friday if I'm feeling up to it. We'll test that out to see how that goes. Ooh, frame rate did not approve of that. What happened? The flight ramp just decided not to work. Cool. Neat. You'll love to see it. Anyway, yeah, I do feel like this game was significantly easier, at least so far. I might eat my words though, but yeah, that was pretty chill. The other characters did not finish in the time limit we were given, so oops. It's not great. But good thing we did.
Amy!
It took you long enough. What happened here? Don't ask me. First it comes flying at me full tilt, and then it just blows up.
It blew up?
Wait, does that mean...
What is it, Tails?
Sorry, I need to think it through a little more first.
Hey, where's that meathead store?
robot and hightailed it out of here.
So does this mean the rampaging robots will all cool it?
I don't think it's that simple. If Eggman started all this by putting that stone in his mother computer, I don't think it'll stop until we remove it.
So where is that?
Wait, I remember Storm saying something weird about the thing he took from that robot matching something they found someplace else. Well, oh, where was it he said? Giga, something like that. Wait, Gigan!
The Gigan rocks.
Right, what you said.
You know it, Knuckles?
It's a pretty famous ruin among us treasure hunters. A legend about shooting stars tells of some star shards sealed there that can grant your wishes.
Shooting stars! Sonic, let's head to the Gigan Rocks right away! We might find a clue about these stones.
Leave the directions to me. But they say the star shard is in a sacred chalice deep in the ruins, and getting there ain't easy. Nobody's made it back alive yet. We'll be risking our necks.
Yeah! Don't worry, that's nothing new.
I don't know how to explain it, but the characters are such goobers in the writers' games. They're so goofy. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be super dangerous. Sonic's like, yeah, a thumbs up. Hell yeah, danger. It's very in character, bizarrely. It feels sort of out of character and in character at the same time, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, hell yeah, we're gonna be dealing with life-threatening ruins. Cool. So yeah, I do like the stories of these games, I will fully admit. I think they're just very silly. And again, that's why I'm mostly kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna end up liking Free Riders. Because the story from the little bits I've seen, which admittedly isn't much, it doesn't look that interesting to me. Basically Death Chamber all over again, yeah. But again, there's also the argument that, like, the writers' games are the only ones that actually let Knuckles be a treasure hunter. And have, like, that kind of knowledge of ancient ruins and everything. So, again, there's specific character traits that just are ignored in Sonic, and they don't show up very often. Sonic in general has that problem really bad of, like, having different character traits get kind of lost, and we're actually having that problem with Amy now. Where so much emphasis is being put on her doing tarot readings, I feel like some other parts of her character, like design, are actually being lost. I don't know if that makes sense. But like her moves in Frontiers to Final Horizons felt like her adventure moveset, except instead of using her hammer, they just relied on the tarot cards. Like, she has a very similar moveset in some ways to the old games. Or at least to Adventure 1, but it just swapped it out to be tarot themed. Which is like, there's nothing inherently wrong with that, but it does feel kind of like they are forgetting, yeah, she does have a hammer, historically. It's like, I think a balance could be achieved between the two. But yeah, again, small quibble, frankly. That's not a huge deal anyway. But yeah, in general, Sonic has this problem of just forgetting details about characters for a really long time. I actually would be interested to see them try to do something like with Knuckles involving treasure hunting. I think that'd be really cool. Maybe not like finding emerald pieces with a radar, but just something that actually sort of ties into that. And like, I think the association with ruins is brought back in the dialogue of Frontiers at least, so there's that at least. But in general, I do feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity to just not emphasize Sonic's friends nearly as much. We're getting there. One thing I feel strongly about Sonic Team and Sega in general is they're very reactionary to feedback in ways that are both good and bad. So for example, I think Final Horizons is a great example of that because within Just Frontiers itself, they were so all over the place with listening to feedback and like, oh, like you can just hold parry constantly, so like there's no challenge. So what do they do in Final Horizons? Let's make it frame perfect. It's like, why? That's too far the opposite direction. And that's the constant Sonic Team problem. It's just going too far the opposite direction with feedback.
Was there an earthquake in here?
It's gone!
What's wrong, Knuckles?
The legends say the Star Shard is supposed to be in this chalice. Did it roll off somewhere in the quake?
Hey, Tails. What's up with this painting?
The Divine Wings. Divine Wings? Yes, the legendary bird that the gods rode through the heavens. Knuckles, see if you can read this inscription.
The Divine Wings, straddler of stars, lose their plumes to the dark and fall to the ground. The plumes become as stars returning to this land. We, the children of Babylon...
Babylon?
What connection do they have with these stones?
We still don't know that. But could the stones those robots are after be the plumes written about here? The Divine Wings, straddler of stars. Could they be power units used to operate some starship?
So this Divine Wings thing is...
Right. Babylon Guardian.
Jet! Eggman!
Knuckles, what does the rest of the inscription say?
Huh? Oh, right. We, the children of Babylon, seal one star here and another within the Great Scar, formed in heaven's fall, until the time of the Divine Wings rising.
The Great Scar?
Wait, there's more. The Great Scar, lying in the east among earth stained red by the dawn's light.
Eggman and Jet were headed east. The Great Scar must be the crater formed when the meteorite struck ground. That must be where Eggman found the plume.
Which means the mother computer...
Is probably waiting there too.
All right! Time to go catch up! Huh? Ha! Took you long enough. Where's Eggman?
They call it the Crimson Tower. It's Mediotech's signal tower. Commands sent out here relay through facilities across the world to control the robots. In other words, you're looking at Mediotech's brain.
That big Eggman nabbed the arcs of the cosmos we've gotten and ran in there.
What's he after this time?
He's probably planning to use the stone's power to issue an order to all the world's robots from this tower. Sooner or later, he was planning to set the robots rampaging.
That was probably his reason for forming Mediotech in the first place.
The Eggman Land project again, huh? He never gives up, does he? Well, looks like we gotta storm the place. Oh, huh? You think I was
just sitting around here twiddling my thumbs, Sonic the Hedgehog.
I follow you. Sorry to keep you waiting.
First one to nab Eggman gets all of the Arcs of the Cosmos. And the title of fastest creature in the universe.
Huh. Sounds like fun to me.
Let's get started.
Imagine risking everything just because your pride's hurt that you lost a race one time. Like, oh my god, chat. It's like, fascinating character in many ways. Also, they say Mediotech, I'm pretty sure, at some points, but the sign says Meteor Tech. It's like they can't even make up their mind on what this is actually called. This stage's mini-map looks like hell. Like, oh my gosh, that's really topsy-turvy. I feel like I was gonna say something else during the cutscene. But like, you know, Knuckles picking up the little altar and everything and also reading the inscriptions and everything. It's like, this is like one of Knuckles' better appearances, I'd say, of this era. In general, I feel like this era of Sonic, post 06 and pre-Colors / Freeriders, I think is kind of an era that has good intentions. Actually, I would say 06 also has good intentions, for that matter. But just bad execution, essentially, is kind of my take on Sonic. Like, I genuinely think their hearts are in the right place for a lot of this era, like Secret Rings, Black Knight Unleashed. Just gotta be more than that. But I'm drawing a blank. Wow, I'm drawing a blank. What other Sonic games came out in this era? Even Rivals 2 to some extent. Yeah, Black Knight. They were kind of like simultaneously very handicapped for various reasons. One reason or another, but also just like kind of punching above their weight in other ways. For example, I think Black Knight is some of the best voice acting in the entire series. And Secret Rings also has very good performances. Now, I wish the rest of Secret Rings and Black Knight were enjoyable, but, you know, disregarding that problem, the stories and the presentations of both games are stellar. I just don't like playing either, that's like the bigger problem. That's why I keep wanting an official remake that takes out motion controls, because like if you do that, I think Secret Rings will still play like ass, to be honest. For the same reason that Sonic Freeriders might still not be great, even if you just take out the motion controls. Now, this is completely me talking hypothetically, but I have a feeling that if you were to take Sonic and Secret Rings especially, and get rid of the motion controls, and it's just the same game otherwise, I think it would actually be really boring, level design wise, because a lot of Secret Rings, because of the motion controls, kind of plays in a straight line. It's kind of the Forces problem, actually, where it's just the level design is very straight. And there's not as many like alternate pathways and everything. And Project Reignition is an answer, but I like official remakes in some ways. I know Sega doesn't have the best track record sometimes. But again, I do think it ultimately has the problem with Black Knight and Secret Rings. Both are very linear because they're trying to account for motion controls. So they just end up not being great gameplay-wise no matter what you do. And I kind of feel like Freeriders might have that issue too. But again, haven't played Freeriders at all. But I have a feeling taking out the motion controls, it will make the game just feel kind of flat, because they had to just tailor a game to weird-ass controls, and if you take out the controls and give conventional controls, then it's just kind of like not as engaging. But again, maybe we'll try Freeriders. Actually try to form my own opinion on it, see how it feels. But again, I haven't actually tried the patch yet.
unit. System error detected. All commands cancelled.
My Eggman Land plans are in ruins after all these years.
Deal with it, Eggman. You're through. Huh?
A trap! What have you done, Eggman?
Huh? Babylon Garden.
The resonance from all 5 power units must have called it down.
Then the legends were right.
Here.
Hey, we haven't settled anything yet. Turning tail and running away, Sonic the Hedgehog?
Running away? Who do you think I am? I'll be waiting. See you at the World Grand Prix.
Oh yeah, Dark Brotherhood within a time. I always associate that with being in a car during a 3-day move across 2 states. Maybe it's not great. I can't even say it was one of the better games I played on that road trip. I was like Madagascar for DS, which was bad. But I also found a copy of Fire Emblem, I'm pretty sure. That would have been the best game, even if I sucked at it. I'm bad at the first Fire Emblem, which is part of the reason I like Sacred Stones better. More on that later. More likely than not. I have a very specific core memory of this song. I remember when they first revealed it, and everyone was like, what the hell are the lyrics to this? I can't make out a single word they're saying. Like, everyone had the same core experience of like, what are the lyrics? Oh, hi Cream, you're not in the story mode? Why are you in the credits? At least I thought that was Cream. I do wish in general the writers' games had actually had like Team Dark and everyone, but I kind of feel like this is sort of a budgety game. I think it was like $50, maybe $40. But yeah, Cream's just there. Like, you're not part of the story mode. Why are you here? Unless she was planned and then didn't actually implement that. And also, Amy's not playable in the story. So yeah, just generic credits apparently, not tying specifically to story events. But yeah, I had an okay time with the Hero story. I guess we'll see how the Babylon story treats us. That did not take much longer compared to the first game's story. This one is slightly longer because there is an extra race, but that only adds on like 5-10 minutes to both stories, so it's still like a 2-hour game. Yeah, and then you remix Catch Me If You Can for the other ending. It got spoiled on that because it's in the credits. But yeah, again, my biggest gripe with Crossworlds, to my understanding, is there's not really a story mode. Like, if there was a story mode that actually was good, I would be a lot more excited for it. But it's like, we haven't had a story mode involving the Babylon Rogues since Free Riders, and that's not a very good story mode from everything I've seen. But again, I'm throwing a lot of shade at Free Riders, and I haven't even played it, so maybe we'll tackle that. It won't be next week. I have something special planned for next week, potentially. There's a game coming out very soon that I might do a quick stream of. It's only apparently an hour long. So maybe, depending on what gets announced at EVO, we might do, like, something special next Wednesday. Just make it like an Arc Sys day, basically. If the actual, like, ranked mode is out, which I'm not sure if it is. Like, I know people are speculating Lucy's gonna be out soon, but I'm not really interested in playing Lucy just because I have no attachment to Edgerunners or Cyberpunk 2077 in general. But if the ranked mode is out, maybe I will play Strive next week. But again, Arc Sys is also releasing another game on Switch too. That's apparently like a little short, $8 like visual novel kind of thing, which I'm very excited about because it's done by the writer and artists of Another Code and Hotel Dusk. So just kind of on that, I want to play this game at the very least, just to see what it's like. I like how I just talked about other things towards the end of the credits, because I kind of ran out of Sonic Riders thoughts until we get to the other ending. Yeah, nice little breezy playthrough. Again, and then 1,000 Year Door is gonna take like 15 streams at the rate I'm going. I thought of one thing I could cut out from, and like not actually show, but we'll see. Alright, so other story modes been unlocked along with just the Grand Prix mode and also the courses. Cream, Rouge, Shadow, Magic Broom. Nice. So again, we're about 5 minutes off from the ad break, so I might just stop here, and we will do the other story when I get back. But again, no point in starting this if in like 5 minutes I'm gonna have to run ads anyway and step away. Me when the Sonic is riding in zero gravity, I don't know, you never played it? Yeah, it's not inaccurate. But hi Nicole, welcome on in. We're unfortunately just going to break, but we'll come back and do the other story very soon. Hello, I have returned. But yeah, so far so good. Other than one drop at the very beginning of the stream, this stream seems to be running okay. No drop frames. So that's good. I don't know why sometimes I've been dropping frames with the current version of OBS. If it's something I'm running wrong, or if there's a problem with the program itself, I have no idea. For some reason OBS is saying it's gonna run an ad again. So I don't know what to do, because it's literally saying, oh, we're gonna run an ad. It's like, but I just did. So if you get another ad, I apologize. That is not my call. Welcome back, thank you. Patty Aiden. Alrighty. Back in position. YRP in position. I just need to find someone whose name's so... like, imagine doing like a streaming trio that can just be Yuna, Riku, Pain. Except, how do I find a Riku and a Pain? I'm having to put the wrist strap on. That's, if you see my model jerking around really weirdly, I'm putting the wrist strap on. Because I'm trying to be safe. Okay, we should be good to go, so starting the Babylon story.
That takes care of that trap.
Yep.
I got it.
Look, a shooting star.
Hey, what you doing there, Wave?
Making a wish. They say if you make a wish before it disappears, it'll come true.
How old are you? Grow up. Right, boss? Uh-oh.
All right, Star. Give me the power to beat it.
Whoa!
No! The trap! dreams came true already!
Again, going through these games again, I think Chet's entire personality in Zero Gravity is just being a hater. And it's very funny to me. Like, he just really wants to kick Sonic's ass, and that's like his only character motivation in this story, it feels like. It's very funny. I don't know why it's amusing me so much. Okay. Going this way, I guess. But also, I guess, while we're going through this, it's the same format as the first game. The Babylon story is like harder versions of the main tracks, often with different time of day and things like that. But like the same music and bass set piece. So this is just Geek and Rock again, which makes sense, given where this takes place. But while we go through this, I guess something I can actually talk about really quickly. I'm not going to stream the Direct tomorrow. It's a partner Direct at 6 AM. So I usually don't even watch partner Directs, to be honest, because frankly, there's just a lot of games I can play on other systems. So for example, like, I'm going to basically shoot my own argument in the foot here momentarily. But for example, there are a lot of games that get announced at partner directs that are cool, and I'm glad they exist on more spaces, but I also don't want to play on Switch because I already own them somewhere else. Like, there are very few games I would actually rebuy on Switch 2 if I already own them on another platform. I realized, thinking about it, that one of them might actually be Resident Evil 2 remake. If that, for some reason, gets re-released on Switch 2, and isn't like a game key or whatever, I would almost be tempted to pick it back up on Switch 2 if it runs okay, just because I love Resident Evil 2, and it would be nice not having to boot up my PlayStation 5 every time I want to play that game. I also replayed Resident Evil 3 Remake recently. That was an interesting one, because that game is not well liked. And I both get why it's not well liked, but also came away with it, enjoying it for the most part. I had a decent time with it. I just don't think it's a good remake. That's basically my take on Resident Evil 3, is it's a bad remake, but an alright experience. But that goes into a general philosophy I have about game criticism, of judging games for what they are, but instead of what they're not. Like, as a game, Resident Evil 3 Remake is fine, but as a remake, it leaves out major set pieces and just reworks so much of the original story to the point where it's like barely recognizable as Resident Evil 3, minus you have Jill and you have Nemesis present in the story, so it's like, I get why it's as maligned as it is, but I think it's still like a solid like 7 out of 10 as a game. As a remake, it's like way lower. Resident Evil 2 Remake is a lot better. The only thing that's missing is the zapping feature, which is basically like the interactivity between the A and B routes, and also the differences in story between the A and B routes, which actually causes a plot hole if there being two Mr. X's, because of Leon and Claire both running into them, while in the original, they actually accounted for that a lot better.
Figured it out, Jet.
Yeah? What you got?
As I suspected, the Ark of the Cosmos is an engine unit for the Babylon Garden, invented by our ancestors.
An engine part?
Not just any part. I'll need to analyze it further, but I think this stone's magnetic field is able to transmute a planet's mass energy and create a singularity to...
Can the boring speech. What can this thing do for me?
To put it simply, The stone can temporarily charge up gravity, then convert it to power Babylon Garden's warp drive.
Sounds promising. So that power was gravity, huh?
One more thing. The Babylonian scrolls say there are 5 arcs of the cosmos. One serves as the master unit, while the other 4 attract each other and serve under it.
Okay, so if they attract each other, you should be able to make some kind of arc-finding radar. Get on it!
Understood.
Boss!
Keep it down! And what do you want?
Take a look at this!
Still be in the city area. Once again, that was the scene from Megalo City Museum this morning, when a Mediotech security robot stole a meteorite on display. The robot is at large and is suspected to still be in the city area.
That's an arc of the cosmos! Storm, set a course for Megalo Station at full throttle!
Roger that, boss.
Ha! These things really do attract one another!
So this is basically just the stage again, but now it's at night and rainy.
I hope you're ready.
One of my most favorite aesthetics in a game is rain. Specifically, even though it makes literally no sense from a diegetic standpoint. I really like when rain actually hits the camera, and that's just such a pretty effect to me. Like, I love that in Metroid Prime. Radars of the Lost Ark, oh my god. That I never thought of that way before. But yeah, this is a weird-ass plot. I actually kind of vibe with it. It's a little nonsensical, but fun, nonetheless. I'm just doing this trick to build back gravity meter, because we have 0 right now, and we're actually doing pretty bad at this race. Yeah, I'm kind of flunking this race, not gonna lie. We're just on lap 1 though, so we got time. God, the turning radius is bad. There's also no proper drift, which is annoying. You only have like the gravity drift, which is obnoxious. Having to because it interrupts the flow state. I think that's my issue with this. Having to pause to actually launch into a drift feels worse than just traditionally drifting. But yeah, you have different vehicle types. You have the hovercrafts for the flight characters, the bikes for the power characters, and the traditional extreme gear for the speed characters. Wow, there's nothing to gravity dive off of. Wow, that was extremely unsatisfying. We might lose this race actually, which is very sad given how this is the second race of the Babylon route. It's how are we already doing this bad? I mean, we have time to make up ground. Ow, not if I keep doing stuff like that. I've messed up a couple gravity dives and maneuvers, so that's part of the reason we're not doing great, but again, it's kind of sad, because I feel like I should be doing better on the second race of the story mode. But if we have to retry race, no big deal. Yeah, I just can't get any ground on them. I've never had this happen before, not gonna lie. I don't know what's happening here, but again, I just can't get anything going. Maybe that'll help? I mean, it helps a little. Not as much as I was hoping it would. Yeah, we actually caught up pretty effectively there. This is the final turn though, and we barely are ahead, so gotta be very careful. Yeah, that's great. We got past it the last minute. The last second, practically. Never mind, we're fine. I don't know what I was worried about. We totally had it the whole time. I actually did lock in considerably in that last lap, and they were only a second behind, so that was actually disconcertingly close. What did that even accomplish, story-wise?
Ha! Too slow!
from those robots. I was so scared.
Hey!
What's that? The cause of all my troubles. I picked it up and those stupid robots came after me.
So that's it. Those things must be after this stone.
I guess that settles it. The key to solving this mystery is Mediotech.
You two!
I heard them too. Let's circle on ahead of them and gather information.
Just wait, Sonic the Hedgehog. You won't be calling yourself the world's fastest for long!
Reach your destination before Sonic and his friends. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember this. Never mind, I remember it. I was like, I don't remember this course at all. It's like, wait, I actually do. Oops. I'm really bad at the starting line in this game compared to the original. I kinda had the timing down a little bit better. Not that I did great on the previous playthrough, but muscle memory helped a little bit. With this game, it's like, I have no clue what the best starting time would be. But yeah, drifting just takes too long, in my opinion. That's my main hurdle, is like, I wish there was a fast drift and also the gravity dive, or whatever it's called. Gravity dive might be the other move. I don't know what the drifting is called, though. No clue whatsoever. I'm just doing this to build up meter, mostly. Oh, I'm going way off course here. So yeah, this is called an air ride machine. Wait, no, just an air ride. Not an air ride machine, that's something else. What? Wait, we were in first, how are we in 6th place now? What happened? Why are we in 7th place now? Like, genuinely, how'd they all catch up and pass me without me even really noticing? Yeah, we can use the snowman to gravity dive here. Very successfully, question mark. I think my other big hurdle with this game is just, yeah, even if you discount the motion controls, I just think it plays stiff compared to the original. Turning is very stiff, but then the gravity is too slow to use very often. So it's a weird mix where it doesn't feel like it's as functional in some ways compared to the original. Like, the original just feels smoother, I think, gameplay-wise. Oh, that was almost a problem. It almost didn't land properly. Okay. Like here, just like doing a normal drift would be fine, but having to like pause momentum just to drift is like weird. It just doesn't feel quite right. But again, that's just kind of me. This game did review considerably worse and is less favorably received in general. So I know I'm not the only one with these feelings, but I do think the game is enjoyable enough on its own merits. Mainly its story and character moments are still very good. Oh, that's a problem. I missed the ring. We went to first and now we're back to third. Now we're back to first. It's like... these courses are so, like, topsy-turvy. The tracker doesn't even know what to do sometimes, which is fun. Okay. We're fine. Cool. No problem. But yeah, you even have like the lightning shield and everything. It's very nice. I do enjoy this game quite a bit, I'm finding. Even if it's just kind of more basic in controls and in other ways. It's just kind of got a nice vibe to it, I think. I don't need to do this. It was probably actually a waste and a risk, because I could have gone so slow that they could have caught up to me. So that was actually kind of risky. Anyway, we did win quite... Wait, we weren't trying to win, it was a time trial. I forgot. Oops. Genuinely forgot.
dog. Jet?
We're here to settle the score from last time.
Anytime, Babylon Road.
Cut it out, Storm. All right, Girly. Hand over the Ark of the Cosmos.
What are you talking about?
Don't play dumb. Not after swiping the Ark of the Cosmos right out of our hands.
Hey, hold up a minute. Girls hate guys who rush them, Jet.
Rush? Ha! I'm the fastest thing in the universe, and today I'm gonna prove it. Ha!
Sonic, we can't stay here.
Looks like we'll have to do the reunion later. See ya, Jet.
Hey, wait!
Whoops. Can't let you pass until you hand over that stone, little lady.
Hey, out of the way, buddy. I'll lose sight of Sonic.
Wait!
So, this is kind of weird. We actually play as Amy for this mission. It's one of the only times we actually do a character swap this drastic in the middle of a story. She also doesn't even have a writer's uniform. They actually do keep that accurate and have her in her normal outfit, which is actually a very nice detail. And also very extra. They did not need to go to that much effort. But again, attention to detail is surprisingly solid. I also really like, speaking of attention to detail, how for the cutscenes, the shots are actually different. Like, some of them I think were the same, but a couple shots were actually different than the hero side. So it's actually kind of impressive to me, because I know like Sonic Adventure doesn't really do that. They keep camera angles relatively the same across different comparable cutscenes. So yeah, that's just a really cool attention to detail, having different cutscenes per story. You actually do have to tap the jump button again to land on the rail, only if you're going out of a jump. It's a little weird. I like how I shook the Wii remote and it took until the time for the prompt to actually appear to actually gravity dive. Again, this is why I'm not crazy about motion controls, because you just kind of have forced reaction time. Sometimes it just feels kind of clunky because it doesn't respond right away. This is my biggest gripe with Black Knight, actually. It's just how slow the response time for the motion inputs are. It takes so long to actually like do a QTE with motion controls that I got really stuck on a few bosses in that game just because the QTE wouldn't take, because of the lag of actually swinging the controller and having it register. It would be the entire duration of the quick time event actually to register it, so I just wish I could press a button. And again, I think Black Knight especially, because of the QTEs, would benefit from a more traditional control setup. Secret Rings, I almost feel is better built around it, bizarrely enough, even though I think the moving the controller around to do anything is also not great. We're at the beginning of lap 1, and we've already hit max rings, which is interesting. But yeah, there is a mission mode in this game too. I don't think I've ever done it. I've done the original's mission mode. I can't tell you anything about this game's mission mode though. Like if it's any good or not. That is not, wait, there are items on that track. How do you get up there then? I'm so confused. Tradition, or maybe, but the items are behind, so it's like, yeah, I have no clue how to get those. At least they don't level you down if you fall off the stage. You stay at level 3, so that's nice at least. I think it's like Riders 1, they level you down actually, because you don't like walk in levels the way you do in this game. Yeah, never really bothered to 100% this game. Probably just 2008. I probably would have had less free time compared to 2006 when I played the original. That was a very smooth race though, all things considered. And now that's unlocked.
Where the heck am I? Thanks to you, I got separated from Sonic, you big jerk! Ha! So you're going to find the way out. Am I clear?
Crystal clear, ma'am, sir.
What's that noise?
It's the same! This is just like the stone we found at the Gigan Rocks!
You go what?
And now this makes 2 of them! I gotta get back and tell Chet!
Hey! Wait!
I think Amy is actually characterized better in this game than Sonic Riders 1. Because they do tease the whole, like, Sonic crush a little bit, but I almost feel like this game gives Amy more stuff to just do on her own, which is nice. Like, she has a little bit more agency, I suppose, which is kinda cool. So believe it or not, we have another time trial. This time going through this at night. I immediately botched the starting line, so that's a great start. Now this track, I'm trying to remember where everything is, to be honest. Like all the shortcuts and everything. But yeah, in terms of like Nintendo Direct, the partner showcase Direct talks, like I don't really have much in terms of speculation. I'm just kind of like, I mean, there's a couple like third-party games I would like to see release dates for that could show up here, but beyond that, I'm like not expecting a lot for me, just as someone who does have more consoles than a lot of Nintendo fans. It's for 2 reasons. One, some people literally can only afford one console. Nintendo typically is the more affordable of the 3. And 2, I kind of feel like basically some people are just very stubborn about console warring still, even though it's like 2025. It's like they never left that console war mentality, to be extremely blunt. But like for me, I am all in favor of playing games from a variety of publishers, developers across different platforms, because I just kind of feel like limiting yourself isn't great. Because like if you limit yourself to just one ecosystem entirely on like a principle level of like I don't want to support the other consoles, it's like because like console warring, it's like you're gonna miss out on a lot. And I mean, with the current climate, I do feel like there's a chance that's not gonna be as big of a deal. I mean, given that's like Sony is supposedly hiring for third-party development. I mean, you know me, I'm gonna continue to be like, Gravity Rush, please. Put Gravity Rush on a console where people actually will give a damn about it. That's my main hope, is like, if I were to give like a real curveball, like, out there kind of guess for tomorrow, or like something I want to see tomorrow, it would literally be Gravity Rush. Like, genuinely. I own Gravity Rush on PlayStation. I will buy it again on Switch, because I think it will feel better on Switch, to be honest, in some ways. Gravity Rush Remastered on PS5 controllers specifically has a weird quirk where the dead zones are wrong, for like a DualSense specifically. I've seen other people have this issue too, where it's like the dead zones are weird, and thus you can't hold fully diagonally on a DualSense for Gravity Rush Remastered. It's really annoying. And that is on the list, by the way, so, hey, if Gravity Rush, there's another game on the list that I'm also kind of hoping shows up. So, for Namco, they announced they're gonna do another Tales remaster and announce it this summer. They haven't said which one it is yet. Literally a plan for Fox Girls Favorites hinges on it being a specific Tales of game. If it's not that specific Tales of game, I might be in danger, because last I checked, it does not run well on PCSX2. So I might need to replace it with a different game if it doesn't get a port or a remaster.
He's late! What's taking Storm so long anyway?
Sorry, boss.
You're late!
But I brought back something good.
Huh. Not bad, Storm. Not bad.
Jet,
What is it?
I found a passage in that ancient text that has me wondering. I'll try to paraphrase it simply enough for you to follow.
Let's hear it.
We've reached our decision. We must sever the engine unit from this vessel. For if we delay, the contraction of the engine's core will lead the lightless black to consume everything.
Lightless black? What the heck does that mean?
Who can say? What are your thoughts?
How should I know? Anyway, we can leave the thinking for later. For now, we need to collect these arcs of the... Huh? Huh. Why, the dirty! Sneak onto my ship, will he? Full speed ahead! Follow him! Huh? Ha! Took you long enough. Where's Eggman?
They call it the Crimson Tower. It's Mediotech's signal tower. Commands sent out here relay through facilities across the world to control the robots. In other words, you're looking at Mediotech's brain.
That think Eggman nabbed the arcs of the cosmos we've gotten and ran in there.
What's he after this time?
He's probably planning to use the stone's power to issue an order to all the world's robots from this tower. Sooner or later, he was planning to set the robots rampage.
That was probably his reason for forming Mediotech in the first place.
The Eggman Land project again, huh? He never gives up, does he? Well, looks like we gotta storm the place.
Hold on, huh? You think I was just sitting around here twiddling my thumbs? Sonic the Hedgehog?
I follow you. Sorry to keep you waiting.
First one to nab Eggman gets all of the Arcs of the Cosmos.
Huh?
And the title of fastest creature in the universe.
Huh. Sounds like fun to me.
Let's get started.
So, yeah. Catching up on chat, and again, like Nicole mentioning, catching up on games. It's like very fun actually having a backlog. This is my weird hot take, is it's nice having a backlog of games. The one problem is executive dysfunction and not being able to actually figure out what game you want to play next. That's the one downside of having too many games. But it is nice because then on the flip side, you have people who are like, wow, Nintendo's only released 2 games on Nintendo Switch, how dare they? Why did they pay all this money for this console? It's like, y'all, you could just like not buy a console day one if you instantly need games on this platform for you to play. Like, I don't know, is that like a privileged stance? Does that make sense? But it almost just feels kind of like it comes from a weird place of privilege, I think, is my general stance on that. Like, or entitlement maybe would be a better word. But also, hi Caitlin, welcome on in. And yeah, I have that problem too, where I get like close to finishing a game, but then no, or like I finish a game and then, no wait, I start a game and then never finish it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yakuza 0 is the biggie for me, where it's like someday I will actually finish that game. Arkham City is a very good game. I don't like Arkham Knight though, and I actually have grievance. What the hell is happening? I actually do have some grievances with Arkham City, but overall I do think it's a very fun game. Arkham Knight's where it kind of just bothers me. It doesn't bother me for the reasons it bothers most people, which is Batmobile sucks. That's like the prevalent complaint about Arkham Knight. My issue is just, I don't like how much women get fridged in that game. It like legitimately bothers me without going into spoilers. Like, Arkham Knight has a massive fridging problem. God, turning feels bad in this game. I just want a normal drift. Again, I think there's a mod that actually restores some functionality from the original writers and puts into this game. And I think having a separate drift is one of them, which would be nice. But yeah, it's interesting for sure. My overall stance on the partner direct is there might be games like indies and stuff where it's like, that's cool, I will still rather play it on not Switch 2. I mean, in some cases I actually do prefer buying games on Switch 2, just because convenience. Like, I just kind of find Steam annoying sometimes to set up things. Well, like, there is a convenience to having games on Switch. Or, like, even PS5 has problems. It heats up my room too much, genuinely. Like, people literally joke, if you have a PS5, you can not run a heater in winter. You can just play a PS5 game and it'll act as a heater for you. Like, this is genuinely a thing I have, 1, seen joked about, and 2, have experienced firsthand, and I don't like it. Have you noticed that most of the games I've played on stream have been Switch games or PC games? There's a reason for that. Because I don't like making my room an oven trying to play PS5 games. Graph mod does, but not like a trip like the first game. Exclusive to wheel type gears. Interesting. Also, hello, welcome on in.
Hey! We haven't settled anything yet!
Jet, we have other things to take care of. Let's hurry to Babylon Garden.
I suppose we should head home too.
Hey, Sonic, why do you think the ancient Babylonians sealed away that power unit in the Gigan Rocks?
Beats me.
Something's not right. The lightless black that assaulted the Divine Wings. And how that robot chasing Amy just exploded. Oh, we can't let those meteorites get near Babylon Garden!
How is that thing still flying? Eggman!
I don't know.
What?
All I can say is that something nearby is generating a massive electromagnetic pulse. That may have forcibly engaged the program in the robot's buffer.
Sonic, the Babylonians weren't able to control the power of those meteorites.
What do you mean?
I figured out how they can change gravitational polarity. It's a black hole. The meteorites amplify gravity to form black holes. That's the lightless black that attacked the Divine Wings.
The power units are resonating together, forming a giant black hole.
What the?
At this rate, the whole planet will be sucked into the black hole. Thanks, Sonic.
The world is doomed.
Wait! How can we stop this storm?
The core unit in the engine room powers Babylon Garden. We can disconnect it. That should do the trick.
I'll go on ahead.
So, remember when this was a game about, like, racing in a tournament? We have to stop the destruction of the world, because, why not at this point? This is such a weird swerve. I kinda like it. What I don't like is this boss. It sucks, if I recall. We have a 5-minute time limit, so they do solve the problem of the Babylon Genie, of just going infinitely until you win. We actually do have to try, in other words. Why does that roar? That is a very good question. I mean, the Babylon Genie's roar was also like, what were they thinking here? So, we have to ram into the big orb a certain amount of times. How many times? I don't remember, actually. But it's kind of like the Babylon Genie, where that basically counts as a lap, if I'm not mistaken. Ice Storm. It'll force us to gravity dive, and we have to use the panels to catch up to it. This sucks. There we go. So we did 2 hits, so that counts as a lap. Now, yes, an arm cannon, because why the hell not? If we get this first try, I'll actually be kind of impressed, because I'm bad at this. Like, really bad at this, so... There we go. And again, I think, have to be the one to land the hit. If they actually do it first, it screws us up. So, you actually have very little leeway. Like, 5 minutes, if a lap is like a minute long, 5 minutes does not give you much room to screw up. So... yeah, I remember hating this boss as a kid, because I just got walled on it, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, the panels also changed, so they're only on like one side, which is obnoxious too, because then it's like, oh yeah, you can throw meteors at you. Forgot about that part. I think I looked up a video on this boss a while ago, but I definitely didn't remember that part. Oh shoot, jumping off rails is hard in this game. Yeah, the panels are only going to be on like one side later on, so that's annoying. Obviously, if you run out of gravity power, that's not good either. Which we're dangerously close to running out of gravity power, so we might have a problem here. We have to hope that we get a lot of gravity power from that. We did not. Cool. Great. So this is going to be tight, I think. Cool. First try. Hell yeah. Okay. I was all worried for nothing. Wow, that was really easy, actually. Anyway, that's GG. That's the end of the game. Peace, okay. Oh wait, I noticed Amy isn't here for some reason.
So are you okay with all this?
Well, much as I'll miss the vastness of space, this world still has its charm. Besides...
I wonder what those meteors really were. They had some programming that made them try to gather up the other units. Yeah? It activated when Eggman found the first piece and put it in the mother computer. All the robots went berserk because they were all connected to the network. At least I think that's what happened.
But who made that program?
I have no idea. Maybe the ancient Babylonians. Or maybe someone even more ancient. Maybe it was a warning for people to stay away from power beyond control.
But the people of Babylon...
I can't believe they were the descendants of aliens. They crash-landed on this planet in the ancient past. They disconnected their engine unit and left it in orbit, hoping that someday it would fall back down to the surface. Every time they saw a shooting star.
I bet they'd wish they could get back to their home planet.
Maybe that's why people started wishing on shooting stars. Sonic!
Hmm?
I mean, that was fun. Too bad they never made another one. Joking. I'm joking. Again, we'll try Free Riders someday. Again, modded, so we'll see how it is without Kinect controls. I think my overall takeaway on this game is I like the first Riders, but also, God, this story is weird. Like, you know how the fan dub did the whole, like, Hatsune Miku Gmod bit? Like, it was partly because they had a hard time connecting things, and that's kind of how I feel about this. You go from, oh, we gotta like disconnect the engine, stop like this black hole. Oh wait, this is a budget title, we can't show them actually stopping the black hole, so we just need to cut to them back on solid ground. Babylon Garden's fine. It's like they don't explain a lot. It's just you go from like the final boss to just everything's back to normal with like nothing in between. Also, Knuckles looks so bored in that final cutscene. That part's very funny to me. The charm of the animations and the story, again, the voice acting is really good in this game for this era of Sonic. I think that there's a lot to like in this game. From a pure gameplay standpoint, it's kind of flat still, so I still stand by that opinion. It's just kind of like, the level design itself isn't super engaging. Compared to the first game, having a lot more route variants, like a lot more hidden routes and things, while this feels a lot more like linear in a sense. And they try to have like routes on the sides of walls and stuff for gravity shenanigans, but I almost feel like again, the wind-up is so long, I just go the normal route. And again, the one time I ate it, because I tried to go on the wall and I fell. So like in general, I kind of just feel like the main mechanic is better off ignored in some ways, and again, I prefer just having a normal drift. But yeah, this was actually fun. Again, I was kind of inspired because Crossworlds is out in like a month and a half now, like 2 months essentially. So I wanted to like give this game a genuine try to see if I still liked it. I came away with it liking it more than I did as a kid, for sure. And by as a kid, I mean when I was like 13. I would have been 12 when this game came out, I'm pretty sure. So I did enjoy it more than when I was like a kid or teenager. Also, this version of Catch Me If You Can I actually like better than the original. But in general, I do feel like this is the weaker of the two games. I do wish they could have done more. I wish they could have done an actual proper next-gen one. Like an HD one that wasn't tied to the Kinect. And yeah, and it took this long to get Chet back into the Babylon Rogues in general, to get them into something that wasn't like a mobile spin-off, because I think they were in like one of the Runner games, but they were not in a sort of mainline console spin-off until the new game coming out. So again, kind of wild. Yeah, overall had a good time. If the original Riders is like a 7.5 to an 8 for me, this would probably be like a 7. Like, it's still fun, but it doesn't quite hit the same. And we have all of our unlocks. We actually do get one of... Wait, we actually get both Sega courses by default, so that's nice. Angel's Whisper, Devil Whisper, okay. Never got your hands on this one? Yeah, I had a good time with it, at least. Since we don't have to do Grand Prix mode to unlock them, I guess we might as well show this off. And again, there is actually this one, which I guess we'll show off. We'll play Blaze. We didn't get to play as her in the other game. Yeah, this is like the analogous hero side Babylon stage. Blaze and Wave share an actress, I remember that much. And I think Omochao in this era too. Hey, straight up, I don't remember this course at all. Like, genuinely, I don't remember this whatsoever. I don't know if I've ever seen this course, actually. Like, that's how bad my memory is. And frankly, also just how little I played this game by comparison, that I'm genuinely like, there's a chance I never played this course. Yeah, Blaze is like only in this game. I don't even know if she's in Free Riders. I think she is, because I know Oma Chow is, and they're voiced by the same actress in that one. It's kind of funny looking at the casts of games circa 2010, where now everyone's just tired of seeing these voice actors show up and everything. But they had to start, yeah, you gotta start somewhere. Okay, that was not intended, I don't think. But, like, Laura Bailey is Blaze, and the, like, Free Riders Onwards cast has been recast since, for obvious reasons, but, like, Troy Baker was just Espio, which is so wild to me. Like, that's such a big name now for such a small role. Then, and as per tradition, Espio is now voiced by Matt Mercer. I think he's even talked about hating how much people just ask him for, like, do you want to play this character that Troy Baker played previously? Like, I think he's even tired of it from what I recall. Like, just being kind of the stand-in Troy Baker. Because there's Kanji in Persona 4 Golden. I want to say I read somewhere he turned down Tales of Vesperia deliberately for that reason. Actually, does this work? Yeah, no, we did bad on this race. I wasn't expecting to do well, to be fair, so... And I kind of just want to show off the course more than anything. Because again, I don't think I've ever done that course, like, legit, or if I did it like one time out of morbid curiosity and never again. Because that did not feel familiar at all to me. I didn't mean to reselect. It's like Travis Willingham is Knuckles in that era. Let's see. I mean, Roger Craig Smith even, because like Resident Evil 5 would have just come out. But it's like Troy Baker's in so many roles now that I think people just don't like hearing him in games. I do wish the second courses in the original didn't require Grand Prix mode, because those are actually kind of cool courses. These are kind of neat too, in all fairness. I feel like they're a little bit simplified just by the nature of how this game works. Again, sticking to walls feels like the most precarious thing sometimes. Oh yeah, we skipped the grind rail upgrade, unfortunately, just because of getting the 100 ring box. We just kind of clipped to a car. Yeah, we don't actually have the ability to use grind rails, so that's not ideal. We got to ride on top of this little subway, which is very cool. So yeah, very jazzy, very fun. In terms of doing a like mini retrospective, I've thought about doing the All-Stars games too. The only problem is I actually don't own the first All-Stars. It's like $10 on Steam, and I'm like, is it really worth buying a game for $10 just to stream it one time and never again? So I'm kind of hesitating to actually pick up the first All-Stars. I have Transformed, I have TSR, but I don't have All-Stars 1. It's like, I don't know if I should really care about that game just because Transformed is so much better. But it'll almost be interesting to see how it evolves. Yeah, I don't know if I'd stream it for short enough time that I could refund the game. That's the only problem. And also, I generally don't like doing that too much. Just a personal preference thing. I don't really like refunding games too often. Unless it's like it doesn't work, basically. There was a game I bought semi-recently that I didn't really vibe with, but it was like an indie game. So I'm like, I'm not gonna refund it. It was only $1 or $2 anyway, but like, I always kind of feel bad refunding like indie games, and that's mostly what I buy on Steam, to be fair. I don't really buy AAA games on PC because they're a nightmare to run. Like, specs-wise, it's just very difficult running PC games for me. I only have an RTX 3060 that was off of a pre-built, so I'm not exactly, like, in the best shape graphics-wise. I don't even know what I would want if I were to upgrade. Like, what would even be a good upgrade path at this point? Because, like, everything feels like a bad option. With the current GPU market, it's like, what would even be the best GPU to get at the moment? It's like, objectively, I think the 4070 is the one that would be the most appealing to me, specs-wise, but the problem with the 4070 is, you can't find them anywhere at a respectable price. They're just horribly, horribly overpriced. By the nature of, oh hey, Virtual Fighter! By the nature of scalping. Oh, we have 2 routes this time. That's fun.
Sorry.
So I'll have to remember to go left next time. To show them off. This course is laid out in a very interesting way that I don't entirely know how to feel about. Yeah, I guess you know, while we're wrapping up this stream, given that I'll probably, because we have an ad break coming up that'll line up right towards the end of the stream, so I'm gonna do my outro stuff now. I can't do the commands, unfortunately, but you can just do like exclamation point like YouTube and VODs and stuff like that. This is a very chill stream anyway. But like, hi, I hope you enjoyed the stream. This was fun, looking back at this game. Again, might go through some more of the Sonic Racing games ahead of Crossworld's release. Not that we have much time, it's mostly August and I have other plans for August, but we'll see. But yeah, if you enjoyed the stream, you can follow for notifications when I go live in the future. Next stream will probably be Friday, if all goes well. I'm planning to continue Thousand Year Door remake. We are at the very end of Chapter 2, and we'll definitely move on to we're at the very end of Chapter 1. We'll likely jump into Chapter... Actually don't know, because if I do the Trouble Center, I might actually prefer to save Chapter 2 for Monday. Yeah, current streaming schedule, as I would like to stream, is Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 4 PM Pacific. At some point, I would actually like to get the start time at 3 PM Pacific, just because it would make my life a little bit easier in some ways. There was a thing that indicated running on walls, but I have no clue what wall they mean. Oh, it's this wall. That was just like weirdly positioned, I guess. So yeah, Monday and Friday, hopefully, if all goes well, will be the main playthrough days, which in this case is Thousand Year Door at present. And then Wednesday will be a variety stream. Next week will likely be the new game from Marxus. Dear Me, I think is the name of it. Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, but I think that's correct. Yeah. And again, that game's supposed to be only like an hour long, so I might toss in something else after. Again, it depends on if anything cool gets announced that's actually out, like, immediately after this direct tomorrow, or after EVO this weekend, because EVO's this weekend. So again, if like the ranked update is out for Strive, I will likely just do that. I didn't mean to hit continue. I'll back out just to get music. But yeah, I've got a YouTube channel for edited content. I have a VOD channel for full streams minus intermissions and, you know, periods of silence like the opening. I have a Blue Sky for various postings. Coffee if you want to donate to support the streams and also Throne for similar reasons, but again, supporting those is completely optional. Everyone just coming out, hanging out, is more than enough support. So yeah, thank you all for watching. This was fun. Ads are literally about to start, and I'm kind of not feeling a raid. I think I'm just gonna rest. But yeah, we'll be back on Friday for more Thousand Doors. So yeah, thank you all again for coming out, and yeah, hope everyone has a good rest of their evening, and good night everybody, take care.